So, hey everybody, and welcome to episode number 19 of Jonnychipz Weekly. It is Friday lunchtime. It is the 7th of May 2021. So let's jump in. So, hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Okay, so straight off the bat, this episode isn't going to be about cloud computing this week. For those of you that have been following my social media, you'll know that I sadly lost my mum. She passed away on Tuesday this week. So, yeah, clearly I've been a bit quiet on social media. It's a sad time. It's a massively sad time for me and my family. I'm in the midst of getting things sorted for my dad, the house, all that kind of stuff at the moment. I felt the urge that I needed to do this video for a number of reasons, really, and so I guess this isn't necessarily a video. I know it's going up on YouTube. I know it's in the public domain, and if people leave comments on it, by all means. I don't mean this to be a video that I'm just putting out there for the sake of putting out there. I feel there's a meaning for me just doing this video, and in some small, very small way that's personal to me, that I'm sure you'll all understand. Obviously, it's a hugely sad time for me and my family at the moment, and we all go through this. It's destined, and I don't want to make this a morbid video at all. I don't want this to be an emotional video as such. I just want to put out there that if this helps anybody in any way whatsoever that's either recently lost a loved one, or has lost a loved one in the past and is still struggling to cope, clearly, I'm guessing it hasn't hit me properly yet. I'm obviously sad. I'm emotional at times, just remembering my mum, just looking through old photos, going through her belongings, sorting all that stuff out. It's incredibly sad. It really is. But life goes on, and I don't say that flippantly, and this is partly why I'm doing this video, because my mum would have absolutely wanted me to. She would have wanted me to carry on, and I know it sounds a little bit maybe cliche to say that, but no, my mum was a very tenacious character. She would be very determined to do whatever it was that she wanted or felt she needed to do. She would carry on. She would get on with things. She would never complain or moan or expect anybody else to do things for her. And for that, I guess I've personally picked up those characteristics from my mum. So this is why I'm doing the video, and I've labelled this video "Thank You." And again, there's a number of reasons why I've labelled the video "Thank You" this week. I'm going to keep this relatively short. I know I say that every week, but I am going to keep this relatively short, and I'm hoping this will be a moment in my life. And like I say, I know I put this on a public forum on YouTube. It's a difficult thing to decide what to do or not, and I guess the reason I'm airing my thoughts on camera with everybody that may be watching this now is I know that we all go through these challenging moments in our lives, those sad moments where we grieve for the loss of loved ones, which is very much a process I'm going through at the moment. I'm hoping in some small way, like I say, if this helps anybody come to terms with their own losses or feelings, and certainly mental health. At this stage in our life, we've come out of this year of being locked away. Like everybody, I've not been able to see my parents for properly over this time, as we all know why. I'm hugely thankful that in recent weeks we've been able to visit relatives. So I've got to see my mum. I saw my mum last on Sunday and had a nice chat with her, and I got memories of my mum. And I know some people don't, and I guess yes, I've sat laying in bed the last few nights thinking I've no regrets as such, just a little, clearly a lot of sadness, but just remembering my mum for who she was as a character and what she kind of the key values, I guess, that she instilled in me and my sister. And one of those values was very much about carrying on, the determination, never give up, just keep going. And this is the main reason why I'm doing this video. Literally, I'm in the midst of helping my dad sort things out. I'm off work. Obviously, I'm hugely thankful to my boss, the understanding my work have got. I'm off work. I'm up helping my dad at the moment. It's early morning here recording this video and I'm putting it out at lunchtime. I'll be up when this is going out, helping my dad sort through things and the affairs. But this is this is why I labelled the video thank you. A number of things. Firstly, thank you obviously to my mum for everything she's instilled in me, for everything she's done for me, my kids, my sister's kids, so my little nieces, and the family as a whole. It goes without saying. I've been lucky to have a mum like I've had. My kids have been lucky to have a grandma like they've had, and I know some people aren't as fortunate as that, and so for that I am very thankful. The other reason is obviously when I was umming and ahhing whether to put a notification up on Twitter about the sad passing, and I probably do overthink things massively, but I felt I had to. I felt over the last year, I've built up some brilliant relationships with lots of people in Twitter that I consider to be my friends now. In a funny way that we've never met. So I felt I needed to obviously explain why maybe I was a little bit quieter. I hadn't posted anything in a little while, and that's what got me thinking. Clearly, I'm going through this process myself after losing my mum. There's a lot of work to be done to make sure my dad is sorted and he has everything he needs. Yet, life does go on, as cold as it may come across, and believe me, I'm not saying this in a cold way, but life does and has to go on, regardless almost. How we all cope with that grieving process, I've never had to do. Obviously, my parents, up until this week, were both still alive, so I've never had to deal with this before. But back to the point, I put this message up on Twitter, and I was a bit overwhelmed, to be honest with you. The amount of, lovely comments I had back. I'm guessing everybody's the same. Twitter, I use businessy type, sort of the community stuff that I do. All my personal things for friends, family, close friends and family is on Facebook that I know a lot of you guys won't have access to. So, I've been putting a bit of information up there, obviously, to let my extended friends and family know. Just it's one of those mechanisms to know about arrangements and what's going on. And I was overwhelmed by the response there, as anybody would expect. I guess it's always sad to see when somebody's lost a loved one. I've seen so many myself, and have offered my condolences and obviously support to anybody that's going through that. And look, it's me this time. This is how it goes. We're all unfortunately going to go through this, and it's me at the moment, and obviously my family through the loss of my mum. So, like I say, I wanted to just call this video "Thank You," and it's to thank my mum. It's to thank you guys in the community for you such supportive words. The kind things you've messaged me on Twitter through direct message. It means a huge amount, to be honest. I don't think you realise, or you may do, but you might not realise that, just that one little sentence, that just means a lot. It just shows that, hang on a second, had I done this a year ago, I don't think anybody really would have responded the way that you guys have responded over the last few days. So I just wanted to thank you all. Like I say, I'm not going to pull this video out any longer than it needs to be. I just wanted to put it together to show that obviously I'm still here. Obviously I'm dealing with stuff at the moment. However, one of the key characteristics that my mum taught me, and she was very much one of these people, was this determination, this tenaciousness, the ability to carry on in the face of adversity, just get on with things. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm fully aware that there's, I need to make the time for me, my family, the whole grieving process. There is a lot to sort out. Anybody that's gone through this process will understand the kind of things that need to be sorted. I'm very well aware of that. Obviously, things are going to be a little bit quieter from me over the coming weeks, just so that I can get these things done and help my dad get sorted. But I am going to make a concerted effort. I know there are people I've already made arrangements with for meetings and recordings, and I really do want to honour those, and I'd invite anybody that feels they want to be part of that to help me. I want to continue doing this. But more importantly, I know full well it would be something my mother would want me to do. She would be, I know she was proud of me. She was hugely proud of the grandkids and my sister. But for the reasons for me doing these videos, in a funny way, we'd laugh and joke about, the stuff that I was up to in the community. I inspired my mum to do something with her office over the past couple of months. So we'd have a laugh and a joke. She'd be sending me pictures of her office space, which was brilliant. It was just nice to see that. Things just don't end there. It's just she was getting on with things, working from home, and. Yeah, I know I'm going off on a little bit of a tangent now, but the bottom line is my mum would want me to carry on. So that's what I'm going to do. And I know full well she would want me to carry on. She was very much a determined person. She was a woman that wouldn't really let anything stand in the way. If she had that vision, that target that she needed to get something done, it was done. And, I know you guys maybe in Twitter worlds and the people that we only know me virtually won't know who my mum was, and obviously that's fine, but don't expect anybody to. But for those people that might be watching this that knew who my mum was, you'll know the challenges she had with things like her mobility and her health. But she never complained. As to me, she would be the first person, if she needed to do something, she would be getting out. She'd be getting into a chair. She would be doing it for herself. And clearly she's had my dad the last 10 years at least, really trying to look after her, that extra pair of hands for my mum, and he's been massive support to my mum, obviously. But she wouldn't complain about her getting things done for herself, and I guess that's what she taught me. That's the main thing that I've taken out, is that drive, that determination, that desire and want to carry on, not regardless, but to carry on, being mindful of all the other things that are going on around me at the moment. So look, I've gone on as I usually do. I know I rattle on at times with these videos at the better times, but hopefully all you folks will understand why I feel the need to do this video. It's up there. I've put it up. It's on YouTube now. This is on YouTube. I'm not, in any shape or way or shape worried or worried for any judgmental things. I'm not even thinking of that. But I just wanted to put this video up to say thank you, huge thank you to you guys in the community for all your support. But clearly, thank you to my mum. So on that note, I'll be back next week. I'm going to be carrying on with the In Conversation With episodes. Your support is massively welcomed. Everybody's support is, both personally through the current situation that I find myself in, and obviously from a community activity that, it's just thank you. That's why I've named this video Thank You. Thank you to everyone. I'm going to leave it there. We will catch up soon. Thanks for watching.